about 3 years ago, I noticed a lump under my right arm by my right breast. And so it was a very, very small lump. And so right away, because I'm into herbs, I began to treat myself because I didn't know what it was. And what was really interesting, it seemed like it was always moving. And when I researched, I said, lumps that moves is really not cancerous. But what happened is that it stayed small for 2 years, very, very small. But because I have fibrous breasts and I've always had breasts that has cysts and I would always go for my checkup, I said, let me go get a checkup. And then the doctor said, yes, you need to follow through. So like I said, it stayed small for 2 years. What happened is last year, I noticed it began to get it began to grow. And what also alerted me that something might be wrong, I began to lose weight. And I said, okay, something is wrong. And so once again, I started doing stuff, kind of self stuff and doing my own herbal regimen and all like that. But I noticed it was growing and growing. What I did not realize is that the herbal stuff that I was taking was causing not only the lump to get bigger, but it was causing the lump to protrude through my right breast. And so I was on my way in around February of this year to go to Italy. And I had a dream that I was at the Mediterranean putting water on my breast. And so I said, that's strange. So anyway, I went to Italy. And while I was in Italy, the lump in my breast got very big and it burst. And I was in the bathroom and everything. And I heard a knock on the door. And my daughter-in-law said, listen, we're going to the part of Italy that has the Mediterranean Sea. So I was like, okay. And I said, wow, why does that sound familiar? Anyway, we ended up going. And in the dream, I saw myself filling a bottle of water in the ocean. And when I got to the Mediterranean Sea, I saw the whole scene seemed to come vivid. And I said, but God, I don't have a bottle. And I turned to my husband and I had already told him about the dream that I had. He said, I have a bottle in my bag. And so I dipped the bottle in the water and I went to the bathroom and was just sapping the wound with the thing. And I'll tell you the reason why I'm saying that. And so after the trip, on my way back, I kept sapping. We were there for a week and I kept, putting the water on it. I had taken peroxide. I had taken extra herbal stuff. So I was tending to it. When I was on my way back and at the airport, on the plane, the Lord said, the minute you get off this plane, go straight to the emergency room. And I said, God, it's that serious? And the Lord said, go straight. So the minute I got off the plane, I told Trevor, we have to go to the emergency room. When we went, they took all kind of tests and they said, Ms. Brown, this seems serious. They took a CT scan. They did all kind of probing. And they said, this is weird. We have a sense that you have breast cancer, but everything is coming up benign. And so they said, we want you to go see a specialist. And so I said, okay, God, something is wrong. It seems benign, but the doctor seemed very concerned. He said, because what's concerned him is that it burst. Well, fast forward later, I did go see a regular doctor, but I also had called an herbal doctor to find out what the problem was. It seemed that my body was so healthy that the cancer cell was trying to eject itself out of my body. And I was like, oh my God. And so this particular herbalist, she had heard about this and she said that because I was doing all the right stuff, the tumor itself was trying to push itself out. But because I had fibrous breasts and because of the milk duct, it had wrapped around the milk duct. And so it was kind of hidden under my milk duct. So when they did probing and they did do a biopsy, they found I had cancer of the breast. So while I'm waiting for the doctor, I'm praying. And I said, Lord, what is going on? And I said, Lord, is this what kind of cancer this is? And while I'm in the room, the Lord gave me the scripture, Psalms 118 and 17. He says, I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. So I said, okay, God, that's good. So I said, Lord, if I have cancer, I said, Lord, I just have these two requests. Please let me not have to take chemo and please let me not have to take radiation. I said, that's all I asked. I said, anything else they give me, if they give me a pill and all like that, I'll take it. When the doctor came in after they did the biopsy and all like that, they said, Ms. Brown, this was some kind of cancer. I mean, they really had to probe. They says in one part of your breast, the cancer is benign, but in the other portion of the breast, under the lymph node, it's malignant. They had never seen anything like that. And so they said, you have hormonal driven cancer. And so he said, all cancers are bad. He said, but you happen to have the good kind. He said, the hormonal cancer is easily treated, and with a pill, it can go away. He said, Ms. Brown, you don't need chemo and you don't need radiation. And so I just began to rejoice to the glory of God. And so fast forward, I am taking the pill. And then I went to the pharmacist who was an herbalist, and she gave me a regimen. And then one day while I was home, I was praying, and I said, Lord, is there anything else I can do to just cause my body to be healthy? Because I had lost a lot of weight. I had lost about 12 pounds. That's a lot for me. And I said, Lord, I would like to gain back my weight. So the Lord himself gave me a regimen. And I started taking the regimen. I made sure I researched that the regimen that I was taking, the herbal regimen, would not interfere with their medication. And I also, what the pharmacist gave me, who was also an herbalist, I made sure that what she gave me did not interfere with their medication. And so I want to just report that I was diagnosed with this in March. I went to a checkup in August, and I just had a checkup recently. They took an MRI. From March to now, the lump has literally gone way past the halfway mark. They said it has shrunk so aggressively that they only see a small little lump left. When I went to the doctor last week, Tuesday, they examined me so much. It's like, we cannot believe that in 4 to 5 months, and it was a massive lump because I had to wear a support bra. It had literally shrunk to the point, like, they thought they would have to do reconstruction surgery. They would cut out the lump. Their son, they kept looking at the report, looking at me, testing me, and they're like, we have never ever seen that. And I also want to report that the chemo pill that they gave me, I did not lose any hair. My hair, in fact, grew. I gained back all my weight. I went to the doctor the other day, and they said my blood, I have no, my white blood cells are good. My blood work is remarkable. They said they have not ever seen a case like this. So I gave in front of them last week, told them that it's God's glory. I told them that I had my church praying for me, and that I know that I'm a miracle from God. So I just want to give God the glory, the honor, and the praise. Family was praying for me. The whole church was praying for me. And I have an appointment in December. And they said that they believe that if I come back, because of how aggressively it has shrunk, that they will not see anything at all. So I want to just give God the glory for what he has done, and how he has kept me. And like I said, I want to give God the glory.